What's going on, everybody, and welcome to J Sports Seattle. In this video, it's going to be a little bit of a different approach. Instead of talking about one team, I'm going to talk about two in the same video. Now, you're looking at the screen right now and you're thinking, well, what in the world? Jay, why are you bringing up the D-backs? Well, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, I live in Arizona, so I've claimed the D-backs as a team that I root for because I live here, as long with the Mariners. So I have the right to root for the D-backs as much as I have to root for the Mariners. So, but in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Diamondbacks and how they've done so far in the postseason and overall in the year, and then I'm going to switch over to the Mariners and explain the correlation between the two teams. Mariners fans. And honestly, both D-backs and Mariners fans, you know the correlation between the two teams. I'll get to that in a second. But if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Mariners and more D-backs videos, because I will make more D-backs videos for all the D-backs fans out there, since I do live here in Phoenix. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. All right, so D-backs, Diamondbacks, Arizona Diamondbacks. We've done it. We've not only broken a 5-year drought, we've moved on to the NLCS for the first time since 2007. That's right. 16 years since the D-backs have made a championship series appearance, and all I gotta say is I could not be any happier to see the Diamondbacks not only finish strong on the year, but continue to play strong. They're undefeated in the playoffs right now. They're 5-0 in the playoffs. We swept both division winners. Swept the Milwaukee Brewers, or the division winners of the NL Central, and then we swept the NL West, with the Dodgers being the winner of that. And I just couldn't be any happier. The young guys stepped up, the veterans stepped up, Tommy Pham stepped up, Moreno stepped up. Corbin Carroll is having a monster year, and he should be unanimous Rookie of the Year in the NL, because he is a dog. And hey, he's a Seattle guy. He's a Seattle cat. So, but everyone has stepped up. Christian Walker has had moments in this playoff series, or in this playoff run so far, and in the playoff series too. And I just couldn't be any happier to see that everyone is showing up when we needed them. And look where it's taken us. It's taken us to the Championship League Series. The National League Championship Series, and I couldn't be any happier. And man, this is just amazing. It is surreal, being in the city, living here, and seeing the D-backs do well. Because ever since I've moved here, the D-backs haven't really done much, and I've wanted them to improve and be better, and they have improved. Last year we missed the playoffs. This year, moving on to the Championship Series for the first time in 16 years, and I couldn't be any prouder. And I mean, let's take a look, and this will get me into the Mariners side. This is a fellow Mariner, ex-Mariner, fumbled the bag by trading this guy away. I'll get to this in a minute, but we gotta, for D-backs fans, and any Mariners fans that like the D-backs, let's just sit back, let's watch this, and let's celebrate.
And the 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air to left. Gurriela's there. The Arizona Diamondbacks sweep the Dodgers and head for the LCS.
Like Corbin Carroll couldn't believe it. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Chaos continues. Yes, sir. The snakes are moving on, man. Like, this is surreal if you are a D-backs fan. I consider myself a de facto, like I said, I consider myself a de facto D-backs fan, considering I've lived here for over 4 years. And I've been to a few D-backs games, and I've been to some this year. I've been wanting them to improve. And they have. And this is amazing. This is an amazing feeling. I couldn't be any happier. I can't express how happy I am for the D-backs to be moving on to the Championship League Series. or league championship series. And like I said, last time we made the playoffs was back in 2007. 1972. Won the division because we had a bye. And we won the World Series 92-72. Won the World Series in 2001. And ever since then we haven't been able to get back. But now we're on the up. We're on the up and coming. And we showed this by beating LA. We beat the Dodgers. This is the back-to-back years where the Dodgers have won the division and lost to division rivals. They lost to the Padres last year and lost, I think, 3-1. And then this year got swept. Like, the division owns the Dodgers these past couple of years, and couldn't be, like I said, I cannot say it enough. Cannot be any happier to see the Dbacks move on and see everybody doing their part to make sure this team is successful. This is surreal. And I hope we can make a push for that World Series. We're going to be facing the winner of the Phillies and Braves. We want to face the Phillies. We do not want to face the Braves. The Braves are an insane team, and the Phillies are up 2-1 in the series right now. Bryce Harper had a monster game today against the Braves. They absolutely clobbered the Braves, and it'll be a lit championship series if it's Phillies Dbacks. Like, that would be an insane series to watch, and I feel like that could go to 6 or 7. So, and if we move on to the World Series, we would probably face the Astros, because we know that Houston and Dallas are facing off in the ALCS. And speaking of AL teams, I'm now going to move my attention over to the team the team that my hometown where I'm from, the Seattle Mariners. All right, now, if you're a Mariners fan and do not want to stick with me coping and huffing a lot of copium and being upset, then you can tune out this video. I've already said my piece on the Dbacks. But if you want to stick by and listen to me rant about my hometown team, go ahead. And Mariners fans, listen in, because I'm upset. I'm happy yet upset at the same time. Two things can be the same. Two things can be true. So, Jerry Dipoto, you are the most wanted and most hated man in the city of Seattle right now. Hope you know that. Jerry Dipoto is sitting here and watching Paul Sewald take the team that he traded him to the NLCS. The last time the Mariners made the ALCS was in 2001. 2001. Jerry Dipoto, I hope you were sitting here looking at this and you are finding how big of an idiot you are. Because you are honestly one of the biggest idiots in all of sports. You traded away your best closer and had, as good as Andres Munoz is and Matt Brash is, like I said in the past, they don't have to command the close games like Sewald does, as you're clearly seeing, as he is now 4-0 in saves in the playoffs so far. Jerry Dipoto, Justin Hollander, you need to look at this and realize you screwed up bad. The D-backs fleeced us hard. And you need to look at here and take full responsibility for this. This is all your fault. This is not on the players. This is not on the coaches. This is all on you. This 100% the blame is on you, Justin Hollander, and John Stanton. Those three people are the reason why the Mariners are not in the playoffs right now, and the D-backs are moving on to the NLCS. Part of the reason why the D-backs are moving on to the NLCS. I'm not going to say that the Mariners are the reason that the D-backs move on to the NLCS. The D-backs did it themselves. They traded for the right pieces. They got the right players, right veteran pieces to come in and show up when they needed them to. You couldn't do that. You could not do what the D-backs did. That is unacceptable. And like I said in my previous video where I ranted, you don't care. You just don't give a crap. You don't care. If you came out if you kept it 100, kept it a buck, and straight up said we don't care about how this team does in the near future, we would not root for you guys. We would root for you guys, but we wouldn't attend your games. We wouldn't watch your games. That's fine. At least we get transparency. But the way you handled yourself in that press conference shows that you are a big idiot and you do not know what you're doing. Or I'll phrase it. Either you're a big idiot and you do not know what you're doing, or you know what you're doing and you just simply do not care. You're sabotaging the team. And I'm keeping my composure because I'm also happy that the D-backs moved on. So I'm not going to be yelling in the mic like I did in my previous video about the Mariners. But Dipoto, you need to look at here. You need to sit here and look at this and realize how much you fumbled the bag. Like, I cannot. You fumbled it hard. You fumbled it extremely hard. And as a Mariners fan as well, that's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable the way that you've handled this team the past few years. And like I said, the blame is solely on you, Hollander, and Stanton. We can sit here and blame Julio for not coming up the clutch. We can sit here and blame Ty France and Eugenio Suarez and Jared Kelenic and Rojas and Canzone and all the players that we've gotten. But keep in mind, Jerry Dipoto and Justin Hollander made sure are the reason those guys are on the team. Justin Hollander is the reason why we have Rojas and Canzone. I don't know if they're free agents now, but and Eugenio and Ty France. You guys are the reason why we are not successful right now, and the D-backs are. And like I said, I couldn't be any more disappointed in you as a fan. And I'm calling for change. Like I said, if you do Stanton, if you do not want people to boycott the team and not attend your games, you need to go out there and you need to go get a big name free agent, or at least a bat that will help this lineup. Shohei. I'm telling you, Shohei is the move. You want to be cheap? Look where it's gotten you the past few years. Jerry Dipoto, you want to talk about 50%, 54% of winning 54% of games and bring out the statistic that teams that have won 54% of their games at least make a World Series appearance. No, dude. Like I said, that doesn't work. That's not how it works. I know in my previous video, I said if you win 70% of your games, you can make it. But even then, like, no team's going to be, realistically, no team's going to win 70% of their games. At most, it's going to be like 65, 60%. 60%, 60 or above, will take you to the World Series. It will. You get a first-round bye, you get to relax, and then you have an easier time moving through the postseason. But you're sitting here stuck with a barely above mediocrity, Jerry Dipoto. And you're looking like a clown. You're looking like a massive clown right now. And the Mariners fans have called you out for it. And you know you've made yourself look like a fool and a clown because you had to issue that apology on the Brock and Sock show on Seattle Sports. I think it was Brock and Sock. Either way, it was on the Seattle Sports show, and you had to try to backtrack on what you said because you know you screwed up. So I'm telling you, if you say the payroll is going to be higher this year, I want to see action. I don't want to action speak louder than words. You can walk the walk, but you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? That's what Mariners fans have been asking you for the past four years, like 4 or 5 years. Can you bring this team to championship contention? So far, you have not shown us that you can. And if you fail to bring us to even postseason contention next year, you need to go. You need to be fired. Justin Hollander needs to go, and Stan needs to sell the team because, like I said, it just shows that you guys do not care. You guys do not care. You can talk about the prospects that you have in the farm system and Harry Ford and Lazar Montez, but the fact is, those guys are not helping us win a championship now. And that's your issue. Like I said, you cannot win games focusing or when you're trying to use a mostly homegrown roster. You can't do that. You can't. Look at the Phillies. They brought in Trey Turner. Look at the Diamondbacks. They traded for Tommy Pham. They got Moreno. You can't do this, like I said. So, like I said, I want you to speak. I want your actions to speak louder than your words. And like I said, if you can't do that this upcoming season, you got to go. You have to go because we do not have time for incompetence from a vice president of baseball operations. We don't have time for that. The Mariners and Mariners fans have been suffering for over 20 years. You break the drought back last year in 2022, and we, like I said in my last video, we all had hope that this was the turn, and that we were finally gonna be back to a relevant franchise. No, we're not. We're still trash, and it's all your fault, Dipoto. Like I said, Scott Service doesn't get any blame here because, like I said, he may have a say in what the team gets, but he does not have the final authority to bring in players. He can just make recommendations, but Justin Hollander and Jerry Dipoto, the GM and Vice President of Baseball Operations respectively, are responsible for this team. Scott Service is working with what he's given. Not much you can do there when your VP of Baseball Operations and GM gives you subpar talent. Not much you can do there. So, again, I will say it for the last time, for the love of me, Jerry Dipoto, stop being a swine and get us some help. But I think that's all I have for this video. To sum up, Dbacks, congratulations. Thank you for bringing the state of Arizona to relevance in the sports franchise. And I'm a Suns fan too, so the Suns are about to play in the next couple weeks. Can't wait for them to potentially make a postseason run as well. Arizona sports is on the come up. Besides the Coyotes, we don't count them, but Arizona sports is on the come up. Even the Cardinals have shown promise. I'm not rooting for the Cardinals because I'm a Seahawks fan, but Arizona sports on the come up. So congratulations on the Dbacks. Thank you for bringing us to the NLCS. Let's go chase the Commissioner's Trophy. Let's bring home a World Series. I will attend the parade if you bring home the World Series trophy. I will. And then moving on to the Mariners, to wrap it up, Dipoto, do better, or you're gonna go. Stanton, stop being cheap or sell the team. That's all I gotta say. But once again, thank you for stopping by. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Mariners and more D-backs content. And have a good night. And go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken, and go Diamondbacks.